Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Manor Lords. Now last time we built our manor, we did some really good development here in Ikenhow last time as we attempt to make this our military powerhouse. However, the bandits are just around the corner and we really need to do something about that. Unfortunately, we definitely don't have enough about us to fight them. We normally get around about 44 bandits or 54 bandits coming in this first attack, and we only have around about 25 units to combat them. What we need to do is we need to try and very quickly take down a bandit camp to give ourselves some treasury, and then hopefully that'll allow us to hire some mercenaries for this impending bandit attack. So let's just have a quick look over. I think if we have a look at the map, there's nothing on the map at the moment in terms of bandits. There's one bandit camp right up in the top there, and I don't think we have time to get to it. But what we are going to do, just to start us off, we're going to rally our troops, and then we are going to kick things off by fast forwarding a little bit. And I'm hoping we've got a new message there. Bandits, raiders, roaming the nearby lands. Let's track their movement. They're 17 days away. And it remains to be seen where they're going to come from. But yeah, right now we have to find a bandit camp. We've got to get out there on the map, get some treasury so we can hire some mercenaries. Now, I don't see anything at this moment in time, so we're just going to have to really hope that something comes nearby. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move my units right to the edge of the map so that they are ready for whatever comes our way. I'm not seeing any bandits yet. Might well be if we can actually make it over to that bandit camp there, we can do this. But there's a bandit camp somewhere. Pause. Slow down. Where is it? There's another one up there. We're going to have to go for it. 10, 9. 9 days. 8. This is going to be tight. I don't know if we're going to make this. What we really need is the enemy lord to be running around the map to help us out. Okay, where are they coming? Where are they? Yep, they're over there. Oh, that's not the best place for them to be. Just gonna have my retinue try and get around here. Take down that bandit camp. We're gonna pull this lot back. We're gonna send this to my treasury. We're gonna pause very quickly. We're going to have our retinue leg it all the way back home. We're going to have spear militia leg it all the way back home. We're going to have a look at what mercenaries we've got. Right, we've got the Brotherhood of the Forest, the Ravenous Vultures, we've got the Greencaps, light mercenary, infantry and archers. They arrive in Waldbrand. That's actually going to be our best bet because they're very close. We've hired them. And they should spawn in Waldbrand now. There they are. They're right on our... Yes, excellent. This is what I wanted. Right, we'll bring them in. Our retinue is about to be taken down, so there's nothing we can do about that, but we have managed to hold off the bandits that were there. We've got those bandits on our tail there coming in. We can put the archers in there. We'll move the infantry just in front of the gates. And we'll have another set of infantry inside the gates to help us out. Spear militia, we've got 12 brigands on their way as well, so we have brought down a few more enemies. Oh, our retinue have managed to escape. And they're on their way back. Alright. So, this is it. It's the big time now. And what I did notice is we've got a hole in our manor here. For some reason, this gate is not in the best of... although when I come into here, it's fine. But then when I come out, it's been destroyed, which is not ideal. So what we're going to do is we're going to park our soldiers here. Our spear militia are arriving home now. We'll put the spear militia right at the front. And now we just have to wait. The brigands are on their way. Now we should have enough about us to take this lot out. We're going to have this lot shoot at will. And we will have them kind of make a little bit of a... Yeah, that works. And then these swordsmen, they'll come a little bit further out. Got one enemy unit making its way through now, and they will take some fire from the archers. Should be very useful for us. Taking one of them out, and the spearmen are coming in. We're going to rotate our sword infantry and then have them charge in. Excellent. I think we're going to make short work of them. There's another enemy unit coming in as well. What I really want to do is I want to try and protect my units as best I can. We're then going to have these swordsmen come out now to support. We've gained brokerage there. We'll have them push forward now. Our spear militia can now go round the back. And they can push into the back of these brigands here. Now, go. Push in. Let's move. And then this lot can come around the side. And there we have it. Right, they'll push in now. And we've done it. So our spear militia will return. This lot are going to come out here. I think that's a job done. So we'll disband the unit. And we've saved our town. Wow. That was really, really tight. Okay, so what you'll notice is we have actually managed to boost our... we've got another development point. We're going to put that into basic armor making with the intention of going into advanced armor making before picking up the trade logistics and better deals perks. So, you might notice right now, we're not looking good. Yeah, we've got a lot that we need to do, but we have managed to get a bit more influence and increased our treasury. Now, I'm not going to start using my influence right now. We've got wild animals coming back to the fold there, so we're going to then add a forager's hut. We're going to add a herb garden to it. We're going to leave it for now. Put one person in the forager hut and then start foraging some more berries to bring us back up to speed. We also need to start producing barley. Now, I know barley isn't great here, so we're going to try anyway and get some at least in the fields. We've got some bodies that need burial. That's something that we're going to have to sort out in a second. So what we need to do is, if we have a look over here, we're going to build a corpse pit. The corpse pit will bury the dead. We're going to put our corpse pit kind of, you know, around about... We want it away from the town, really. We'll put it down the hill here. And then we'll put a little road that comes off to here and to here. And then we'll put another one because there's this kind of like natural road that's kind of started there. So we'll finish that off. And then we need to get someone to work in the church. And they will then become the person who buries those bodies. We are short on people. We need more people. So we're going to drop a couple from the farmhouse just so we've got some people who can actually work. And then over here is where we're going to start building our first malt houses. Sorry, our first brewers. We're then going to put in a malt house. Now we need to make sure that it's not too close to this windmill because it will reduce the area of effect. Not the tavern. It is a industry building and it's the malt house. And the malt house is going to go... where can we put it? We'll put the malt house over here. Right there. Excellent. And then across the road, we'll put in our tavern. And I quite like the idea of having the tavern like just here on this little corner. Because again, it gives us this really nice little bit of framing. So we'll have a road kind of go this way. And it kind of creates this weird little intersection here. There's nothing much there, but that's okay. What we could do actually is just change this road a little bit, but I'll just leave it as it is for now. It's very strange looking, but I quite like it. So we have our malt house and our tavern in place, the logging camp, the mining pit up there is ready to be upgraded to a deep mine, and the forester's hut is currently replenishing. We've got the clay furnace there, so once all of these buildings are up and running, we're actually going to be able to start producing the next phases of development within our city. So what we also need to do here is get another mining pit in. So we're going to go to our mining. We're going to get a mining pit here. We're going to stick it right on that ore deposit. And then next to it, we're going to build our bloomery. And we're going to put in we'll probably put in a smithy. And simply because we can actually sell these tools. Now, I'm not planning on using the smithy right now, but I think it's going to be a good one to just put in so that we know we've got it if we ever need to use it. So we put the smithy in, and then we can just link all of this up with a road that comes around to here and just has a light little curve on it, matching it back up with that, and then the iron mine gets matched up there. And then what we'll also do is we'll just have this curve down to here. No, we'll not. We'll leave that as it is. We can put a little curved road coming in here to match it all up there. And then in here, we can start putting some more burgage. So we want some burgage plots here that are going to be mainly for our smelteries and stuff. So if I can just... right, that's only going to give me one. What if we go along here and then stop there? Still only giving me the one. I think it might only ever give me one there. That's a shame. What about if we go along the back here? I think I might have already tried this one. Oh no, there we go. It's giving me two. It's giving me 1, 2, 3 here. Now the problem is it's giving me 3 larger houses, and I would prefer to have them as quite small ones. And one of them doesn't actually have a back garden. So yeah, we'll leave that. We can figure something else out with that. If I just go down to here and then kind of have it stop here, that's now given me 2 that I can put in there. But again, they're of a varying size. I'm going to leave that. We'll fill that in with trees. But we do need to have some burgage here. We need some houses on this side that can facilitate the growth of this iron industry and get our weapons produced. So I think there, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let's put in a few more, all the way down to kind of like the crest there. Yeah, that's good. That's perfect. And these can all be our industrial production buildings. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to build another forester here. Simply because I want the forester to work here and reforest the area around this space. Just for now. They may not stay here permanently, but I think it's important that we are continuing to forest and reforest, because over here, all the timber that we've used, we've still got loads of timber in stock, but this forest is now being replenished because of the good work that the 2 foresters' huts we've got here are putting in. And I think that's been really, really vital for us. The woodcutters are still doing okay. They're still getting plenty of wood to cut down and turn into fuel. And you can see here we've got lots of veggies, berries, bread. We're looking really good in terms of how our settlement is set up. We've still got quite a few bodies that need burials, despite the fact that the corpse pit is working. I'm going to add a few people working into that now as well, and then hopefully we'll get those bodies buried really quickly, We've got some unassigned families needed for construction work, but that's okay. In fact, what we'll do is we'll drop one out of the corpse pit. They should just now very quickly be able to bury people within there. Yeah, you can see the bodies. The body count is dropping, thankfully. And then hopefully we'll get people back to work. We do need to really expand our burgage now because we're getting pretty large. We are going to need some more fields, though. I think that's going to be the next step for us. So whilst we are, we've got one eye on our expansion of, our military and getting in those bloomery and stuff, we don't want to neglect the vegetable patches. Now these two large ones are going to obviously be vegetable patches, and then I'm going to go all the way along to the end of our town here. I'm going to come all the way up. We want to try and get close to our charcoal pit and do the same there. And we're going to make these smaller so that we can get 2 occupants in each one, and again they're going to be vegetable patches, so that gives us a nice population boost and gets us some more money coming in, more vegetables coming in. We can drop these people from the church, and then I think it's time to upgrade that mining pit to a deep mine, and then we can actually start harvesting our stuff. We've also got burgage plots for upgrading. We can also expand the living spaces in some of them, so we are going to do that. Anywhere where we can expand living spaces, we're going to now do that and then get them upgraded. Of course, we always prioritize those that were first here. So likelihood is this lot are going to become level 3s at some point as well. But we obviously, to get level 3, if we go to our first level 2 burgage plots here, they need a tavern and they need the church to be increased, and they also need shoes, clothes or cloaks. And that is where this area of industrial development comes in, because the large number of these are going to be blacksmiths and woodworkers, and then this is where we're going to put our tailors, because they're only a short walk away from the tannery and the hunting camp here, which we are going to put back to work. Our tannery as well is, yeah, there's still somebody in there. Wild animals, we'll have plenty of wild animals in there. Yep, we're up to 18 of 20. And, thankfully we weathered that bandit attack, but looking at like how we're looking for stuff like this now, I think there's a lot more we can do. Goats might be a good idea to get in here as well. So what we could do on the outskirts of this farm, going kind of towards the burial pit, around here, we'll put in a couple of smaller burgages that can have some goats living on them. And I'm just trying to keep everything really, tight-knit, so that these little communities are all working in unison. We are planting our first lot of barley now, which is really good. That one's due to become barley. And I think we also need to have a look at flax. So we've got wheat being produced here. We're going to change that to flax, and we're going to change this one to flax. The yields are not good. It's really important to stress that the yields on these are terrible. But that's simply because the ground fertility in Iconhow is not good at all. But you can see here we've got loads of construction going, and thankfully we're now getting more people coming in to help facilitate that construction. So it's not going to be too long before, our pantry's full as well. Our pantry in the granary, I guess. No. Okay. Our granary definitely needs to be expanded, so we are going to import some stone at our trading post. We're going to import stone. We're going to take ourselves back up to 50, I think is going to be good. Although it probably won't let us get there. We have managed to do that, so we've got enough now to upgrade the granary. So let's get that done. Once that's upgraded, we're going to be able to have more people working within the market stall. If we have a look at our market, our clothing variety is pretty short. Food variety is not great either, so we could do with that being improved. Fuel is at 100%, which is really good. Clothing, not so good. We do need to give a few more different variants within that. But once the large granary is constructed, we're going to open up some more work spots for that. And hopefully that'll solve that issue. The other thing we can do is just create a brand new granary as well, and that's going to give us more people to work within that. And the same with the large storehouse. We are probably at some point going to need to have more storehouses. Which pantry is full? The forager's hut pantry is full. I don't know if that's because people are too busy out foraging or nobody's just come to pick it up. It might well be that because we've got a granary over there, the people who are working within the granaries and the storehouses, you can see they all have market stalls. So if they are all just working at the market stalls, they're not going to be able to actually do the work that's required of them. But my aim here is to now start growing the barley, get that barley harvested, and then hopefully when we're ready to get our taverns up and running, we'll get the tavern in and immediately we'll be able to upgrade some of our burgage plots to level 3, which should get us our next settlement point. But everything is kind of working towards getting our deep mines up and running. We've got that clay deep mine done, and then once this mining pit is constructed, we'll be able to upgrade that immediately, I would imagine, because we've got loads of planks, loads of timber. And what we can now do is we can scale back a couple from the logging camp because we have plenty of timber, and we'll get them to start mining clay, and we'll get them working in the clay furnace as well. Now this does need fueling, so we are going to need to be very mindful of the amount of fuel that we have in stock, but we're doing okay so far. And as you can see, we just need one more burgage to be constructed, and then we get 2 out of 3 of our objectives to become a small town. And obviously we can't do the next set of objectives until we get our tavern, but everything is kind of hinging on the next phases of development. We've got lots of people, so the town is bustling at the moment and people are doing a lot of work. Our bread is a little bit short, but I think that's because we haven't yet had a wheat harvest. So we do need to be, again, mindful of that. I think maybe adjusting our field and crop rotations would be very useful as well, but you can see we've got quite a, we've got a harvest coming soon in 19 days, and the yield is okay on some of them, although here we've only got 5 in barley, but I think that's simply because we've got too much on at the moment. We could claim walled brand, and that would give us a little bit of a foothold in the map just to stop the enemy lord from taking absolute control over everything, but I don't know if he will retaliate, and we'll kick off some sort of war for that. We're going to start by upgrading these 2 burgage plots as well, simply because they're necessary for our ale production. We're not going to give them jobs yet. We're just going to wait until we've actually got some barley in stock, and we have our malt house up and running. We've got foresters up there as well, of course, being mindful of that being built. There's just a lot happening right now. We've queued up a lot of building projects in a very short space of time. So our granary has now been built, and we're going to put 3 people to work in that immediately, and that should help move food throughout the settlement very quickly. Over at our windmill, obviously they're still waiting for grains to be harvested so we can get some more bread produced. These burgage plots are currently doing chickens. Yeah, that's chickens all over the place there. This one was chickens as well. And then we've obviously got the communal ovens, more communal ovens. In fact, these lot, we're going to take them away, not allowing them to set up market stalls. And I think this lot, yeah, they can't set them up anyway. It's simply to make sure that all of the bread, everything goes to that granary, and they are just focusing on their task at hand. So, I think we're in an okay place right now. We just need to get this lot built, so we're going to wait for everything that we've queued up to build, and then we'll see you very soon. Alright, so the expansion was a little bit larger than I'd first anticipated and first set out. You can see we have a new farm here that's specifically for barley only, which means our wheat farm is now back to producing only wheat. The forests have regrown quite well, which has been really good. I've also added a little bit more burgage down on this new farm so that our citizens don't have as far to walk. We've prepared for getting in sheep so we can start producing wool. Now obviously we're not going to have sheep breeding in this settlement. I don't think it's a good idea based on what we're trying to produce here, so we really want to focus on trade cost coming down and the military side of things here in Ikenhow. But it has meant that we struggle for food every so often, mainly at the moment because we've had such a large expansion and we've got to wait for burgage plots to be expanded or have the backyard extensions put on. But I am going to be trying to rectify that in the second part of this episode, and hopefully by the end of this one we will be ready to start producing our mead and getting people in the tavern so that we can get another point of expansion and another point of development. It's going pretty well though. It took a long time to construct things, so we're just going to sweep through and I'm going to show you a few things. We are running out of fuel, which is quite nasty. We've got 109 units of charcoal in place, so I think that should last us through the winter, but we are probably, and that's another reason why I've put in a new woodcutter's lodge here, that we're going to fill up with 20 people, with three people now, and we're going to have them start chopping down this large area of forest here. That will then be fed, hopefully, into... We're going to not allow them to set up a market stall. That will hopefully be fed back to our charcoal hut, and they'll be able to get some fuel to our citizens. Just going to make sure that everything we've got here is forbidden from producing their own goods at the marketplace. You can see our large granary is now fully stocked. Our storehouse is the same. We've got a lot of people working in them, and it's probably time that we get another one set up somewhere around this area because we have grown substantially away from our city centre. Over here we finally got these burgage plots up and running by the corpse pit, so we're going to have them producing goats. We're going to get those goat sheds put in and then we can start selling the hides, but it'll also mean that we've got plenty of hides and leathers and stuff produced at the tannery all year round. We're short on supplies, we know this, and it's fuel apparently. We only have a month worth of fuel left, but I think that's fine. Now, our communal ovens right now that are producing, we can stop doing stuff in there and just have the 3 working here. Our windmill doesn't actually need fuel, so that's fine. We can continue having people working in there, but actually because we don't have any wheat left, we can leave them out of there and just wait until we rebuild those stores and then get them back to work. The burgage over here is all set up and ready now, so I don't think we need any additional bits on there. And then over here we've got everyone set up, but I do think we need to expand the living space in a couple of them. Maybe just the one. Yeah, just the one, so that's good. Over here, this one's done. The living space has been expanded here. This is all already set up. I think, yeah, we got chickens in that one for some strange reason, but this burgage plot has nobody in it, but can be upgraded. This one has nobody in it as well. The malt house, we don't have anybody working in there, and the tavern, we don't have anyone working in there. That's exactly how it should be. Over here, we're still waiting for the berries to start coming back. This farmhouse is now fully stocked up with some grain in there for some strange reason. I think it's because I may have allowed them to do some work in terms of producing wheat. Right, our farmhouse is good. That's all. These burgage plots here, this one and this one doesn't have any kind of backyard expansions, but here what I want to do is have some chicken coops here. I am aware that we are short of eggs, so I do want to make all of these chicken coops. Hopefully we'll have enough regional wealth to do that. Yes, we do. That's good. So they are all now chicken coops. And then over here, this is where I wanted to start doing my military. So our first one here, this is going to be a blacksmith's. Now the blacksmiths will want to produce sidearms and stuff, so we're actually going to need to have more than one. So they will produce spears and sidearms, but they'll also produce those larger two-handed spears that we're going to need. So we need 3 blacksmiths workshops. That's fine, that's done. And then when we get a bit more regional wealth in, we are then going to expand and put a cobbler's workshop in or a joiner's workshop. But we've got to wait for our planks to come back into stock. Let's just go over to our saw pit and make sure that they are actually working. They are, yes. Okay, so we'll put another couple in there, and then our logging camp, we'll fully stock that again, and we'll just have the work area just move over to this side here. Then we can get our foresters. Where are they? I do have one forester over here, and that forester was actually working on restoring the landscape here. So that's fine. We can get them to come over to this area here, and then this forester down here, we'll have them move over to here. And then down here, I did put another forester in somewhere. I think it was over here. Woodcutter's Lodge, Sheep Farm. Ah, yes, it was this one. This lot are going to work in this space here. Cool. That's good. And firewood is coming back in. We are coming through the winter, so that's pretty good. Once we get to February, that'll be okay. And we've got plenty of roof tiles now, which is really good. Bread is looking good as well. Vegetables will start growing back again when we come into the new year. And we will get 1, 2 working in our hunting camp. Yeah, that's good. So, marketplace. Food variety is pretty strong. Clothing could do with a bit of work. And I think that's going to be our next port of call. But firstly, we need to get our burgage plots all ready so that we can start getting our blacksmiths working. I'm going to get a cobbler's here so we can start producing shoes. We're then going to get a joiner's workshop there and another joiner's workshop there. And then next we want a fletcher's workshop for our bows. And finally, armourer's workshop. We can actually do a tailor, so we'll do the tailor and we'll do another tailor once we've got wood to do so. So they're going to be able to produce clothes, cloaks and gambesons. I'm not so bothered about one of them, but we may actually need to do another tailor's workshop just to finish that off. I underestimated how many I would need. We've got a tailor's, an armourer's, a fletcher's, a joiner's, 2 joiners, a cobbler's, then the 3 blacksmiths. And then the last thing will be this second tailor's shop. I may not go and do another tailor's shop. I don't know if it's going to be necessary. So we'll just leave it as it is. And that, once we've kind of got everything up and running, we get our flax production, which I have earmarked a place for that. We can actually put in our weaver's workshop. And if we just have a look over in this area, you will see, when I look at farming and farmhouse, flax fertility, over here, it's not amazing, but it definitely gives me enough to work on so that I can actually start producing flax in my fields. So our final kind of job of today's episode is to just get another farmhouse in right on the corner here. It's too steep to build there. Oh, that's a shame. I would have liked it there. Well, we'll put it kind of here then. And then we can start putting in our fields. So we want flax. We want to get our field. And we want to come along here to there and then join up. Done. Another one. This one's going to go to here and then here and then here. And another one to here and here and here. And then our final one matching us back up to this space. Excellent. And then we're going to start eating away at this side. Slightly smaller field there. That's okay. We'll come along to here, and that one's slightly larger. And then here, we'll go even larger again. Now, obviously, the fields that we are having here are not going to be effective, mainly because the sheer lack of fertility and the fact that we're not taking the oxen development point to really boost the fertility and efficiency of this. We are also not allowing animals to pasture on this land. So you can see we are a little bit hamstrung by the stuff that we've got going on here, but we need to get some form of production up and running over here. We're then going to put some burgage in, just going along the back here, and I'm going to make these all crop-based burgage plots all the way to the back there. We do have an enemy army on site somewhere. I don't think they're coming anywhere near us, so we're not worried. We'll have that all match up to that space there. doesn't like it for some strange reason. It's not a fan, even if I reduce all the way down. So we'll come up to here. I'll go up to the back. And then it doesn't like it. How strange. What about if I just go to here? Right, it likes it like that, so we'll do that. They go in, and they are all going to be vegetable patches. I don't actually, that was not a good idea. I want to make sure that all of these can have multiple families living in them. So we'll get rid of them. We got them all. One there. Demolish that one. And then we'll come back along and try again. Right up to the top. In line with the farm. To there. 2, 2, and 2. Excellent. Right, that gives us some more burgage plots of an odd size, but it's fine. And then once this farm is built, we will be able to produce not only barley and wheat, but also flax, which means we can start really outfitting our army. Oh God, they are here. Are they coming for us? Or are they just running around? It looks like they're just running around. They're making their way through. They don't seem to be attacking us. And they've vanished into the forest. Bodies need burial. They have taken us on. They've wiped out my retinue without me even realizing. I wasn't expecting that. How strange. Right, we better put some people to work in the corpse pit then. Oh, damn. We do need to import some stone. And this mining pit can now be upgraded to a deep mine. And this is where things can start coming into fruition. Our plan is finally being set in place. And so I think as we approach winter of year 5, we're going to say goodbye. When you come back, this is all going to be completed. And we're going to be ready to start building our own army. It's been a long time coming. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. We have done a lot today. We've kind of got to that next tier in our settlement. And I'm just going to spend a bit of time making sure that our food stores don't run out and things get back on track. And we're able to see out this winter and survive, basically, because we're in a bit of a pickle. We are almost at capacity, though. What we're going to do is, next episode, we're going to have everything new built, and then we're going to reassign all of our jobs, bearing in mind that all of these are now specialists. So that's our next step. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.